Hi all, welcome to Inanss Groups. So today we are here to share one more thing, which is we have started a SAP FICO new batch. So we would like to give a course content. So whom and all are interested. So directly they can contact us if you are interested. So in this video, what we are going to do is we are just showing the course content which we are covering in the news batches, right? So let me start and let me show you the methodology even before going to content. So as a before we are starting a training, so we'd like to explain our trainer details. So we'll be giving the trainer qualification experience and he's from, and then even his photo also will be maintaining here because to have more communication with the students. So we'd like to show our trainer to our students even. And then we'll start with the training overviews as a demo. So what is SAP, and then what are the types of modules we are going to cover as integration, and then compare to ECC and SAP S/4HANA. Nowadays, every interview, so as usual, question is what is the difference between ECC to SAP S/4HANA. So that we have taken as a priority, and we are going to cover as individual stepwise or individual submodule wise. And then in the training timelines, what and all we are going to cover, that we'll see now. So what is SAP means? So as usual, this is SAP Germany software, and then this is IBM. 5 employees they have started on 1972, and then what is the difference between SAP to other softwares, other ERPs? In the sense, SAP is a completely integrated software, and other softwares and all, there will be no integration. There is a integration, but not much like as SAP. So that is the major advantage for SAP. And then the types of modules. So we'll be having two types of modules, which is technical and functional modules. Under technical, we'll be having ABAP, basis, Fiori, security and all. So where there will be some codings and all, right? Whomever they came up with a BTech or coding knowledge, so they can come and join into technical modules, and whomever interested on the functional side, so there will be almost 260 modules are there in SAP functional modules. So I have given few examples like FICO, FSCM, MM, SD, PP, QC, and then PS. So these are a few examples I have just mentioned here. Whomever don't have a technical knowledge, they can start up with the functional modules, right? So any one module, it is enough to learn and get a job nowadays now. And then compared to ECC to SAP S/4HANA differences, we have database changes and table changes, transaction codes even changed. And then each module wise, there are very huge changes. So all those, when we have started training, each transaction code wise or each submodule wise, we'll be explaining in future. Yeah. And then this is the most important, which is timelines, what we are going to cover, and what timings we are going to cover. In the sense, as SAP S4 HANA FICO module, as per our content, we are going to cover in 30 to 35 hours. So in 30 to 35 hours, we are going to cover. This is the methodology. Like we'll start with the basics, and then we'll cover with the syllabus, which is there in a course content. And then as a real time, so once we have completed our syllabus, so as a really how we are going to experience, so that also will be showing as a best training. And then in the live practices, so once we have completed our training in few days or few hours, so we are giving some live examples to do in your system, and then you can show to trainer. So this is how we are going to plan our timelines. And then looking ahead means, so after training session, if you have anything need to share to Inanss, in the sense, directly you can send a mail into support@inanss.com. Thank you. So this is the methodology which we would like to show. And then now let us start the course content, which is, this is the course content which we are going to cover now. In SAP S/4HANA FICO online training. So I just mentioned here 30 hours. Maybe if we need, in the sense, we can extend this into 35 or 40 also. If we can't able to cover within a 30 hours, in the sense. Right, as a course content, we are going to cover first HANA architecture. So there will be some landscapes and all at SAP S4 HANA, and then methodologies will be there to implement SAP. So those we'll be covering first, and then we'll start with the organization structure. So SAP, all the functional modules, each functional module will have each organization structure. So that we'll be covering as a first. And then there will be, so the master data and transactional data differences. So that also will be explaining as a last. And then in FI module, we have a submodules like general ledger accounting, accounts payable, account receivable, new asset accounting, and bank accounting. All this will be as a content. So the one thing which is accounts payable module completely it will integrate with material management module, and then accounts receivable module completely it is going to integrate with sales and distribution module. So when we started accounts receivable and payable, we'll cover with the integrations as well, right? And then new asset accounting compared to ECC and SAP S4 HANA, there are a lot of changes in asset accounting. So that also that we'll be covering. And then we'll come to controlling module. So in controlling module, we are going to cover cost center accounting, profit center accounting, and internal orders. And then material ledger, which is mandatory in SAP S4 HANA. Earlier in ECC, this was there, but this was optional. But now this also as a topic we are going to cover. And then so we have two more topics, which is product casting and COPA. So that we are covering as a separate thing, because as a fresher or as a learner, so this is the content which is enough to get a job now. So if you want to learn in the sense that we are giving as a separate training of product casting and COPA, so that there also you can able to join. And then after completion of controlling training, we'll start with a few reports, which is external or internal reports like balance sheet, trial balance, how to prepare those, and all also we are going to cover. And then as integrations, as we discussed already, so accounts payable and accounts receivable with integrate with and SD, that integrations we are going to cover. Right, once we have covered all this content, as we have seen as a methodology, we'll be giving some real-time documents, and then you have to practice, and then you can revert back to trainer with the SAP standard methodology. So to implement SAP S4 HANA Activate methodology newly they have introduced, so with that we can try. So this is the main content. Under this, we have given the few steps as well in the down. So I'll be sharing this document in the social media, so you can refer. And if anyone interested, means directly call to this number, or else you can have a mail to Inanss at the rate of support at the rate of Inanss.com. Yeah, thank you.